Hey, it's Halloween, the time for ghosts and goblins and things like that.
I know. It's January. I'm only 2 months behind.
I don't believe in that stuff, but I do know about spiritual reality.
You don't believe in evil spirits or demonic beings or angels? Good. This is going to make my video response so much easier.
Now let's go to Tara Lawson. The floors in Tara's house creaked. A shadowy figures roamed the hallways. Tara heard voices in her bedroom when she was completely alone. Tara Lawson doesn't just believe in haunted houses. She said, I lived in one of them.
That right there is the expression of a man realizing he just contradicted himself, and he does not care because he sold his morals and principles a long time ago.
After watching a horror movie at the age of 12, Tara Lawson and her brother talked their mother into buying a Ouija board.
We just got a Parker Brothers Ouija board at the toy store, and we didn't realize that, it was more than just a toy.
Board games do not open portals to hell. It has been well researched that the participants either consciously or unconsciously moved the placard around and not some unseen force.
What started out as an innocent fascination turned Tara's life into a nightmare filled with oppression. An evil presence made itself known almost immediately.
An evil presence? No, it couldn't be. Could it? No. Not Bill Schnoebelen. No, Bill. Don't drink my blood.
It was moving her hands across the board, and it was moving really fast.
It was moving really fast? Oh no. Was there spooky music playing in the background too?
And we were looking up at my dad, just kind of laughing like, look, and we're not doing it.
It was spelling out this profanity. And they were looking up at me and laughing.
Profanity? Oh my God. Were you kids cursing? No, pal. It was the evil spirits in this here board. I think this Parker Brothers game board's spelling out profanity. Quick, call the pastor.
And I was like, that sent some cold chills up your spine. So I said, give me that thing. I said, we're not playing this anymore. I said, I'm getting rid of it.
Tara's dad hid the board. It wasn't long, though, before Tara found it.
Or it found her.
And secretly began playing again.
To me, it was just kind of something that was like a game, something that was just fun for me. I didn't realize the extent of the damage it could do in my life, what I was opening myself up to.
First off, I don't believe any of this, but, people can anthropomorphize objects, so if you really thought there was an evil spirit in this object, why didn't you get rid of it?
That it was something demonic, something evil.
But the more she played, the more frightened she became.
I had it underneath my dresser. I would get so scared I couldn't sleep, knowing it was under there.
She came back and said, I found that Ouija board. I've been playing it again, and I can't sleep. It's bothering me. Would you please get rid of it?
There you go. Daddy'll slay that evil monster. Have a glass of warm milk, curl up under your nightlight, and go to bed.
Tara and her father burned the Ouija board.
What? Seems a bit excessive, but if poor little baby can't sleep, I guess a good old-fashioned book burning should ease her fears. At least it's over. She can move on with her life. We still have less than half the video remaining, so unless this Ouija board rises from the ashes like some board game Terminator, this story should be over.
But a few years later, she was drawn back to it again. This time, she made her own Ouija board with a friend.
She went through all that. The fear, the nightmares, the uneasiness, even getting scolded by her father and burning it in some Christian rite of purification. She still goes back and starts playing with one again?
That one was even more powerful than the one before, moved even stronger. It would say all kinds of wild stuff, and then it would just start saying all this inappropriate things.
You mean like profanity?
So being teenage girls, we just would kind of laugh and feel kind of uncomfortable, but we kept we keep playing.
Yes, because that is what any rational human being would do in a situation like that.
And I could tell it was spelling something, but it was going so fast I couldn't tell what it was spelling. But I saw my name, and it was saying, "I'm gonna kill you, Tara. I'm gonna kill you, Tara," over and over.
Not sure how well you know your new friend here, but you might want to watch your back.
We ended up saying, "Our Father which art in heaven." That's all we really knew to say. And it went to goodbye immediately.
Yes, because you never read the Bible ever before, but you just happen to know the Lord's Prayer.
She stopped playing with the Ouija board.
Now she stopped. I don't know. She said she quit before, and yet she went right back to it. Face it, she's hooked. Another poor victim of hooked on Satan.
But Tara's life was dominated by loneliness and fear.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? You're using the same argument format that you use for all your other fear-peddling garbage. You just swapped out witchcraft for Ouija board. It's the same script. Can't you change it up for once?
I felt so alone. I felt like I didn't have anybody. It's almost like I was under this dark cloud of oppression. I opened that door to evil into my life. It brought in destruction. It brought in a dark oppression over my life. It seemed like everything from that point forward was spiraling downward.
Strange things occurred around her. Objects moved through her room at night, and loud noises would echo through the house when no one else was home.
I heard them stomping up and down the hall, and I thought, oh, my dad's home and he is not too happy. And so I ended up looking out in the hall, and there was nobody there.
Of course, because we really need to hammer down how horrible and tragic this seemingly innocent exchange with a toy was, and how it brought upon this innocent Christian girl a lifetime of sadness and remorse.
Tara eventually got married and moved out of the house, but the darkness went with her.
I would hear this loud, evil chanting. I didn't understand the language. It didn't really sound like a human voice. It didn't sound like a human voice could talk in that tone and be that loud.
Then, late one night,
he was still up and I was asleep, and he looked in the hall and he saw this dark figure in the hall, and he ended up just saying a prayer to himself, and it disappeared.
Good thing he sleeps with a loaded prayer next to his bedside, otherwise this story could have had a much darker twist.
Tara's marriage eventually fell apart.
Was it because of the evil chanting or the dark figures? The loaded prayers?
One night as she slept, she had a vivid dream that she was violently murdered.
I closed my eyes and said, "God, please get me out of here." I was like, please just save me. It just hit me that one day I'm gonna die. One day I'm gonna die, and I don't know if I'm gonna go to heaven or hell. So I just started praying to God. I called out to him. I said, "God, please, please show me what to do to be saved. I don't even know what to do, but I know I don't wanna go to hell."
The answer to her prayer came early the next day.
Well, she should be getting saved any moment now. The real question is, how will she be saved? A relative? Friend? Long-lost acquaintance? A stranger, perhaps?
The next morning I hear a knock on the door, and I went to the door, and there was a man standing there with a Bible. He said, "I just wanted to come in and read some of the Bible with you and pray with you." And I was like, yeah.
You're going to invite him into your home? Are you insane? I don't know, maybe this is just a city thing or me being paranoid, but I'm not going to invite some stranger into my home who randomly knocked on my door. How do I know he's not some criminal trying to work the sympathy angle? Didn't you just have a nightmare about being violently murdered?
He read John 3:16 with me.
You are in a self-destructive habit that is spiraling out of control.
"For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever shall believe in him shall have everlasting life."
Tara prayed to become a Christian. Her life was instantly transformed.
How does the Ouija board fit into all of this?
It changed everything. It's like everything woke up in me. It's like I was looking at things through new eyes, a new perspective, through his eyes. I mean, it was just, I was changing day by day. I've never felt that kind of love before in my life. It was just amazing how quickly that transformation took place when his presence came into my life. It was darkness into light.
All this because a stranger read a few passages in the Bible with you? So what was the point of including the Ouija board? Do you have to have some supernatural event scare you into Christianity?
Her days of darkness are a distant memory, yet now serve as a warning to others.
The Ouija board was just an open door for all that took place.
I like how she is outdoors. It's bright and sunny, and she's casually walking, carrying her high heels, so free. So remember, no matter what happens, if you ever get depressed, socially awkward, get into crystals, meditation, yoga, witchcraft, Ouija boards, or vaccine denial, just remember God can cure you. If only you would turn your life over to Him. Don't go to hell, you heathens. No, Bill. Don't drink my blood.